Welcome everyone to Council's July Ordinary Meeting. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting and the lands to where tonight's broadcast reaches. We also pay our respects to their elders and to elders from other communities who may be in attendance. As we have some councillors attending via virtual means, we will go through and make sure that everyone can be seen, can see, hear and be heard. To ensure that we are meeting these guidelines, I'll commence with a roll call of councillors to establish that they are fully connected. So we'll start with Lower Avoca Ward. Councillor David Pollard, can you just reiterate that you can see and hear the other councillors, please?
Yes, no worries, Mayor. I can see and hear all the other councillors on the screen.
Thank you. Councillor Bronwyn Simpson.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I can see and hear the other three councillors on the screen.
Thank you. Our Mallee Ward councillors, Councillor Alan White.
Yes, I can see and hear all councillors.
Excellent. Thank you, Councillor White. And Councillor Viz.
Yes, I can see and hear all councillors.
Excellent. Thank you. And my fellow Mount Jeffcott Ward councillors, Councillor Graham Mill.
Madam Mayor, I can see and hear all councillors. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And Councillor Darryl Warren.
Yes, Mayor, I can see and hear all other councillors.
Excellent. Thank you. Conflict of interest is declared tonight. The councillor who has the conflict will be removed from the meeting completely for that item and will be reinstated after that item has been dealt with before the meeting can proceed. Councillors will vote by showing their hands, making sure their raised hand is within shot if they are attending virtually. If any councillor loses connectivity during the meeting will be suspended until connection is restored for all councillors. If we can't establish a connection, then we will continue with the meeting provided there is a quorum that remains. If council's broadcast of the council meeting experiences technical difficulties and drops out, the meeting will be adjourned for 30 minutes to re-establish connection. If we can't re-establish a connection, then we will reschedule the meeting for a date and time in the future to be confirmed. So we'll move on to receipt of apologies. I don't have any apologies listed. Can I please have somebody to move that council adopt the minutes of the ordinary meeting held Wednesday the 10th of June 2020 and that the council meeting held on Wednesday the 1st of July 2020, please?
I'm happy to move that, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Pollard. And a seconder?
I'm happy to
second.
Yep, we've got one over here. So Councillor Simpson to second. Do we have anyone opposed?
No. No.
If there being no one opposed, motion carried. Do we have any requests for leave of absence?
No.
Thank you. Item 5, do we have any declarations of pecuniary and conflicts of interest?
No.
No. Okay. We have no questions from the public, so we'll move on to our procedural items. So item 7.1, report of assembly of councillors' meetings. Can I please have somebody to move that council note the reports of the assembly of councillor meetings held on the 3rd and the 17th of June 2020, please?
Happy to do that, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Milne. And a seconder?
Happy to do that, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Warren. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion? No? Motion carried. Item 7.2, correspondence initiated by council. Can I please have somebody move that council notes the record of correspondence sent and responses received, please?
Just happy to move it. Just maybe note that there could be a problem with the typo in the correspondence. I noticed that it was sent to the Honourable Melissa Home. I think it was Horn, wasn't it?
Mine says Horn.
Mine says Horn.
Yeah, it says Horn.
Well,
Just on, yeah.
hang on.
Motion to
Yeah,
adjourn.
okay.
It looks like my R has gone into an N and made a happy M.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, councillor. Are you still happy to move that?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. And a seconder?
Happy to second that, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Pollard to second. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
Motion carried. Item 7.3, letters of congratulations and recognition of achievements or awards. Do we have any others to add to that list before I ask for a mover? No? Okay. So can I please have somebody move that council acknowledge and congratulate the persons and or groups mentioned in the report for their achievements, please?
Happy to move that, Madam Mayor.
Yep. Thank you, councillor Viz. And a seconder?
Happy to move. Second that.
Councillor Warren to second. Thank you. Is there anyone opposed to the motion? No. Excellent. Thank you. Motion carried. Item 7.4, building permits monthly update. Can I please have somebody move that council note information contained in the report on building permits approved by staff from the 1st of June 2020 to the 30th of June 2020, please?
I'm happy to move that, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Pollard to move and a seconder.
Yeah, happy to.
Yep.
Madam Mayor.
Councillor Milne to second. Thank you. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
No. Excellent. Thank you. Motion carried.
How many sheds can they build?
Item 7.5, planning applications received monthly update. Can I please have somebody move that council note the information contained in the report on planning applications under consideration by staff and the status of each of these applications, please?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Yeah. Councillor Warren to move and seconder.
Yep. Happy to go with it.
I'm happy to second it.
Councillor Simpson to second. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion? No. Motion carried.
Before we move on, Madam Mayor, just an observation. I noticed in ancient times that council was also given monthly updates on all permits issued by the relevant officers in council. I wonder when that ceased and if it would not be appropriate to provide the councillors with an update on all permits issued, like apart from planning permits. I mean, they may be such things as permits to conduct raffles or etc. Just a thought.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Warren. Okay, we'll move on to, we don't have any general business or policy reports, so we'll move on to our management reports, item 8.2.1, our governance rules submission. Mr. Judd, could you please introduce that report?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the previous meeting, Council released our draft governance rules for public comment and feedback. At the date of closing, and it was confirmed at 5 p.m. today, we have had no submissions from the public, but this report is brought to Council to consider or to note the engagement process undertaken. Next steps with this is that officers and councillors will consider feedback from internal feedback that we've received, and a report will be received at the August meeting to adopt the governance rules to meet the requirements under the new Act.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. Can I please have somebody to move that council note the community engagement process undertaken and any submissions received in relation to the draft governance rules, please?
Madam Mayor, I'm happy to move the governance rules submission report.
So, Councillor Simpson to move and a seconder.
Happy to do that, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Milne to second. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
No. Excellent. Thank you. Motion carried. Item 8.2.2, Buloke Shire Rural Land Use and Settlement Strategy. Mr. O'Toole, could you please introduce that report?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you, this strategy has been prepared in line with Council's current plan, looking at our farming zone and future uses of that, and indeed our small settlements as well. A number of the key areas coming out of this strategy include looking at the future of intensive farming within the municipality, and also our settlements, with a focus on providing some small amount of rural living zones within a number of our communities that we think are suitable for those zones. Madam Mayor, I commend the strategy to councillors for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. O'Toole. Can I please have somebody move that council resolves to adopt the Buloke Shire Rural Land Use and Settlement Strategy 2020, please?
Happy to move that, Madam Mayor.
Yeah, Councillor Milne to move, and the seconder?
Happy to second that, Mayor.
Councillor Warren to second. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
Okay, excellent. Motion carried. Thank you. Item 8.2.3. Buloke Waste and Resource Recovery Strategy 2020-25. Mr. O'Toole, could you also introduce that report, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes, this strategy has been prepared in line with a number of significant changes that are occurring within the waste industry at the moment, and indeed Council's responsibility in this space. So a number of the items addressed here is Council providing significant amounts of education to our community about how they can best divert a whole range of their waste into recycling. So that is one of the key issues, along with the immediate actions that Council needs to take over the next 12 months about taking out the glass from our recycling stream as well, which will enable us to make better use of those recycling materials. Contained in the report is a 12-month action plan, which officers will undertake. And that also includes the activities coming out of the circular economy policy that was brought out by the state government in March. Madam Mayor, again, I commend councillors to consider this report for adoption.
Thank you, Mr. O'Toole. Do we have any questions or comments before I ask for mover? Councillor Milne?
Just a comment to you, Madam Mayor. This is another one of those reports that we've deliberated over quite a bit, and it's good to be able to present a report that's had a fair bit of discussion, and the fact that a lot of what we've requested be included has been able to find its way in there. While it won't please everybody, because there's some things that we just haven't been able to get our head around yet, with likes of hard rubbish and things, we've acknowledged it in here, and that we're working on it. So waste is going to be a big cost to council going forward, and a big cost to the ratepayer in particular, because it's a fully recovered system. So I think this is fairly important to have it right, and to keep reviewing it as we go, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Milne, for your comments. Can I please have somebody to move that Council adopts the Buloke Shire Council Waste and Resource Recovery Strategy 2020-25 and the Buloke Shire Council Waste and Resource Recovery Strategy Year 1 Action Plan 2020-25, please? Councillor Milne to move.
Yep, happy to move that.
And a second.
Yes, Mayor, happy to second that.
Yep, Councillor Warren to second. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion? No, excellent, thank you, motion carried. Item 8.2.4, Buloke Shire Council 2017-21 Year 3 Annual Plan Review. Mr. Judd, would you like to introduce this report, please?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I think a feature of this council and the council plan that this council has adopted has been the development and implementation of annual plans to ensure the delivery against the 4-year council plan. In July last year, this plan was adopted, and officers have reported to councillors quarterly on this plan. I think it shows a really strong year of delivery, including some of the work that councils have just adopted in the last 2 reports. Other highlights are, of course, the $7 million loan and the work done over many years to repay that, the delivery of public toilet to travellers' rest facilities, and a lot of other actions, particularly falling from the economic development strategy around materials, solo arts and wall art, and obviously some major projects in Charlton Park in the first half of the year, and more recently, stage 1 of the Donald Community Precinct project. So councillors, some of the actions will flow through to the next annual plan, but overall, we present this for your noting.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. Do we have any questions or comments before I ask for a mover? No? Okay. Can I please have somebody to move that council notes the progress made to deliver the strategic objectives noted in the adopted Year 3 annual plan for the Buloke Council Plan 2017-2021, please?
I'll move that, Madam Mayor.
Okay, Councillor Beers move, and a seconder. Councillor Pollard.
I'll move.
Oh, Alan. Sorry, Councillor White, a second.
Yep, sure.
Thank you. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
Excellent, thank you. Motion carried. Item 8.2.5, Council Plan 2017-21, Year 4 Annual Plan. Can I please have Mr. Jones introduce that report as well, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Flowing on, obviously, from the previous reports, this is the annual plan for the next 12 months, so it will flow into, I guess, the new council post the October elections, but it's still focusing on the delivery of the 2017-21 council plan. Some very clear and quite obvious focuses coming out over the next 12 months for this council, particularly around the Local Government Act implementation. Elections will play a big role in terms of induction through that process. Response and hopefully recovery when we get there around the COVID-19 pandemic and of course what is an incredibly large CapEx or capital works program for the next 12 months. So a lot of big actions in there, another busy year for Buloke. We bring this to you for your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. Do we have any questions or comments before I ask for a mover?
Maybe just a comment, Madam Mayor, like these things, it is another big year, and I look forward to the outcome of the year with so much going on that we can achieve everything. With this plan in place and all the work that's got to happen, Buloke is going forward. I believe it's not going backwards by any means, and the strong work ethic of the Shire staff and everybody that puts all this together is to be commended for taking on such a big job. I was going to say something else.
Thank you, Councillor Milne. Any further questions or comments? No? Okay. Can I please have somebody move to move the Council Plan 2017-21 Year 4 Annual Plan, please?
Happy to do that.
Sorry? Oh, Councillor White, happy to move that?
Yep.
And Councillor Pollard, the second? Councillor Pollard. Do we have any, oh no, I've already asked questions. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
No, excellent, thank you. Motion carried. Item 8. Financial reports. So the 8.3.1 financial performance report as at the 31st of May 2020. Mr. Judd, can you please introduce this report, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The financial performance report I'll take as read, just highlighting a couple of the key updates from the last month report. The report highlights the prepayment of the federal assistance grants, which were always something that we're unsure of. So that payment was made in May, and quite significant payments going out around our capital works program. So you can see from the April report to the May report, a significant increase. $1.5 to $1.6 million on our roads resealing program, which I think is another key highlight for the 12 months. Being able to reseal approximately 9% of our road network in 1 year it's a big step and a big step in the right direction. So, Madam Mayor, I'll bring this to Council for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Judd. Do we have any questions or comments? Councillor Warren?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Look, I noticed at the very last sentence in the summary, overdraft funding may be required during this period. would the CEO like to expand on that? Do we have a overdraft facility currently in operation with the Shire, or will that be something we have to obtain?
Through the Mayor, we don't currently have an overdraft. Our banking tender, our contract with the bank allows us to apply for one, but we would need to apply and go through a process. We believe we would be able to do that. At this stage, it's reported as a potential, and particularly given the large capital works program that we have adopted, particularly with grants often paid, or not always paid up front. And obviously we've had this discussion regularly around the flood works particularly, but right now a healthy bank balance, particularly given the prepayment, we do know as the capital works starts, and it's a $17 to $18 million capital works program, the $19 million that council has in the bank can go quite easy. And obviously the bulk of our rate payments come in February. It's managing that cash flow between October and February that's going to be really critical for council to monitor and staff to continue to update council. If we were to apply for an overdraft, council will be clearly discussed with it, and that would be reported through these kind of reports.
Thank you for that explanation.
And that's all the questions you had, Councillor Warren?
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Is there any other questions or comments? No? Okay, thank you. Can I please have somebody move that council receives and notes the financial performance report for the month ending 31st of May 2020 then, please?
I'm happy to do that.
Oh, Councillor Simpson to move and Councillor White to second. Is that okay, Councillor White?
Yep.
Yep, excellent. Okay, do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
No.
No. Thank you. Motion carried. Item 8.4.1, Acting Chief Executive Officer. Mr. Judd, would you like to introduce that?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a procedural report to appoint Ms. Hannah Yu as the acting CEO between 20th of July and the 29th of July, once the CEO takes leave.
Thank you. Can I please have somebody move that council appoints the Director of Corporate Services, Hannah Yu, as Acting Chief Executive Officer from the 20th of July to 29th of July 2020 inclusive, please?
Happy to move, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Beers to move and seconder. Councillor Pollard to second.
Where are you going, Mr. Judd? You can't go anywhere.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm not going anywhere, clearly.
Thank you. Do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
You can go around Victoria.
No.
No, excellent. Thank you. Motion carried. Okay, so we'll move on to item 8.5, reports from councillors. Do we have any councillors that wish to make a report?
No, Madam Mayor.
Nothing exciting.
No? Okay.
No, I've been very quiet, Madam Mayor.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, so we'll move on to our other business. So 9.1 notices of motion. Excuse me. Item 9.1.1, ANZ Bank closure of Donald Branch. Councillor Warren, would you like to introduce your recommendation, please?
Thank you, Mayor. As the council's been made aware, and certainly the Mayor has, recent times the ANZ Bank will be closing in Donald in December. This is to, I suppose, have something registered on the books with council that we show our displeasure, if you like, of the actions of the ANZ Banking Group, given that this organisation has had a presence in Donald for over 100 years, 109 years in Wood Street. It's disappointing when large corporates take this attitude. Look, I mean, let's not hold our breath and stamp the grounds like we do when these things happen. It's a reality that the chances are the ANZ will pull out, and that I think as the responsible authority for the community, we need to register with them our displeasure with what the action's taking and the impulse that it's creating on the community. So, look, I have a recommendation there that we write to the ANZ Group, the CEO, having them to review this decision it will be closure of the bank.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Warren. So you'll move that council writes to the Chief Executive Officer of ANZ Group, Mr. Shane Elliott, seeking him to review the decision to close the Donald branch on the basis that the continuing operation of the branch is essential to the well-being and sustainability of the community and business in Donald District. Yes?
Correct, and I'm happy to move that, Mayor, yes.
Thank you. And a seconder?
Happy to second that, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Mills, a second.
All right, Madam Mayor, can I just ask a question here?
Yes, yep.
Is this an actual bank branch or an agency branch?
It's an actual bank branch.
Branch, apparently.
Through the Mayor, it's a bank branch on limited hours. This is not the first time that ANZ has attempted to close this branch, and the community fought previously, but it did reduce its hours, but it remained open.
Okay, so do we have anyone opposed to the motion?
No.
No? Excellent. Okay, motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Warren.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes. Okay, so we don't have any questions from councillors listed, but do we have any questions? Yes?
Yes, through you, Madam Mayor. Had a couple of requests in the last 2 or 3 days for an opinion on what council might be doing on significant dirt road access to grain receival sites before harvest, given that the harvest will be a reasonable harvest if all goes well. We can't preempt, of course, but a couple of districts have made approaches to have significant dirt roads graded prior to, so that they keep some of the bigger traffic off our smaller bitumen roads. So I just asked that question whether we could give, or pose the question whether we could give it some thought as to whether we could do some strategic roads before harvest. And the one that's been brought to my attention is Tower Road at Donald, which would save the Jeffcott Road considerably. There'd be quite a few use Tower Road if that was just shaped a bit better prior to harvest.
Take that. So, through the Mayor, if you're happy for me to take that. Yeah, we're more than happy to enter into those discussions. I think farm gate meetings or silo gate meetings, maybe this is a really good opportunity, and I'm glad it's been raised now. It gives us an opportunity to shape it and strategically look at that. We're always looking at ways to improve. So I think if we can contact and work with those interested parties to have some meetings, we will have a discussion offline as well with our works team, just to double check what their program is. We're pretty keen to engage as well.
Certainly through Madam Mayor, certainly something that I find encouraging that our major road users are sort of thinking of us, trying to avoid the bitumen and ripping up those smaller roads, but it will come at a cost if we've got to do too many other roads before harvest. So anyway, good discussion. Thank you.
Any more questions, Councillor? Does any other councillors have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. So we don't have any urgent business or any other business or matters which may exclude the public. So we'll close the meeting, and our next meeting will be held on Wednesday the 12th of August at 7 p.m. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.